Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share something deeply meaningful. It's about memories, those moments in our lives that shape us, teach us, and sometimes even leave scars. But even the painful ones have a purpose. They guide us, protect us, and remind us of who we are. Stick around because by the end of this video, you might look at your own memories in a whole new light. Let me start with a story from my own childhood. I was probably 5 or 6 years old, full of curiosity and always getting into things I shouldn't. One day, my dad warned me, "Don't go near the motorcycle's exhaust pipe, it's hot." He was serious, but to me, it sounded more like a challenge. As kids, isn't it funny how the more we're told no, the more we want to try it? So there I was, playing near the motorcycle, pretending I was in control, until, bam, I touched the hot exhaust pipe with my leg. The pain was instant. It burned badly, and I started crying. My dad rushed over, and instead of just comforting me, he said something that stayed with me. "I told you it was hot." At first, I was upset. Why would he say that? But over time, I understood. That moment wasn't just about the pain, it was a lesson. From that day forward, every time I saw a motorcycle, I remembered, "Don't go near the exhaust." That childhood memory reminded me of another story, one that many of you might know. It's the story of Peter, one of Jesus' closest disciples. Peter's life was full of highs and lows, successes and failures, just like ours. Peter's journey wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, and some of them were huge. But what stands out is how Jesus used every experience, good and bad, to shape Peter into the person he was meant to be. Let's go back to the beginning. Peter was a fisherman. His life revolved around nets, boats, and long nights at sea. One day, after a frustrating, unsuccessful fishing trip, Jesus showed up. Jesus used Peter's boat as a platform to teach the crowd. When he finished, he told Peter, "Go out deeper and let down your nets." Now imagine this moment. Peter is tired. He spent the entire night fishing and caught nothing. He's the expert fisherman here, and Jesus, a carpenter, is telling him how to do his job. Peter hesitated but said, "Because you say so, I will let down the nets." What happened next changed everything. The nets filled with so many fish that they began to break. Peter was overwhelmed, not just by the fish, but by who Jesus was. He left everything, his boat, his nets, his livelihood, and followed him. From that moment, Peter's life was a roller coaster. He walked on water but started sinking when he doubted. He boldly declared that Jesus was the Messiah, but later denied knowing him 3 times. Peter's journey with Jesus was marked by incredible moments of faith and heartbreaking failures. After Jesus' resurrection, Peter went back to fishing. Maybe he thought he was no longer worthy to be a disciple. Maybe he felt like he had failed too much. But Jesus didn't give up on him. Early one morning, Peter and the other disciples were fishing, but they caught nothing all night. From the shore, a figure called out, "Friends, have you caught anything?" They answered, "No." Then the figure said, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you'll find some." When they did, the nets filled with fish, just like the first time Peter met Jesus. At that moment, Peter knew who it was. He didn't wait for the boat to reach the shore. He jumped into the water and swam to Jesus. On the shore, Jesus had prepared a fire, bread, and fish. He didn't scold Peter or bring up his failures. Instead, he asked, "Peter, do you love me?" Not once, but 3 times, one for each time Peter had denied him. With each answer, Jesus gave Peter a mission: feed my sheep. This story is powerful because it shows us something about ourselves. How many times have we failed? How often do we go back to old habits or places God has called us to leave behind? Like Peter, we might think we've messed up too much, but Jesus sees us differently. He doesn't define us by our mistakes. Instead, he calls us back, reminding us of who we are and the purpose he has for us. Sometimes we carry memories that hurt, like the burn from that exhaust pipe. They remind us of our mistakes and the lessons we've learned. But those memories also guide us. They keep us from making the same mistakes again, and they show us how far we've come. If you're watching this and feeling like you've failed or drifted too far from your purpose, I want to remind you, Jesus hasn't given up on you. Just like he restored Peter, he can restore you. Your mistakes don't disqualify you. In fact, they can become part of the story God uses to reach others. So take a moment. Reflect on your own life. What are the nets you need to leave behind? What are the memories that God is using to shape you into who you're meant to be? Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Remember, no matter how many times you've stumbled, there's always hope. Until next time, take care and God bless.